We are in the main workshop. First big change you will notice is the Imp is rolling. I say rolling. It's a little, not so much sketchy. The wheels don't really want to go where you want them to go. So it's a little bit of a drift into the workshop, but it's in here. It's a lot easier working on it than next door, sort of in our storage facility, as it were. It also means we can have several of us working around the car without having two-post ramp stuck in the middle of it, and makes it a lot easier for actually working inside the car, so we can have the doors fully open. Which leads us on to the first thing you'll see is, of course, our roll hoop. We're not building a race car, we're building a fast road, little sprint car, something to go to the pub in on a nice summer's evening. So we thought a little half cage. It's not MSA Blue Book spec, you know, it's more aesthetic than anything. It is made out of CDS tubing. So that's one thing, I suppose.
No show cages.
No show cages here. It's not made of aluminium. It's not glued together. So
no exhaust tubing.
Oh, tin foil. That's what it is. I made it out of tin foil. I sort of wrapped it around.
Very well disguised bamboo.
That's sort of tacked together and ready to go in the car for one more trial fit before a nice coat of paint. Jury's out on what colour that's going to be. Comments below. Oh. Boom.
White.
Moving on to other progress, if we sort of head into the car, I'll seamlessly transition to inside.
Oh, here's what it used to look like before we started.
Yeah, Ben traded it in for a 246.
I got done.
Up the back, obviously we're all pretty much standing here at the moment, no seats, most of the sound deadening is sort of out. A few little holes have been repaired in the floor. But moving up to the back is the main sort of bit I brought you in here is our little airbox. So a lot of people, when they do the K series conversion, they put a 90-degree bend in the intake.
His Imp engine oil filler necks as a 90-degree bend.
There we go, to move the throttle body position. We thought it would be a little bit nice with a sort of an airbox in the back with a cold air feed heading into it to keep the original position of the throttle bodies. And then we've got a few holes in the rear arches that our cage is going to bolt down to. And then we've got a couple of plates welded into the floor, all with captive nuts in to take the foot plates on the half cage.
Quick battery change.
We are now in the engine bay. Not a lot's changed since we were last in here. Matt's been busy, unrecorded, cracking on, making our sort of radiator mount. Again, this will be almost a prototype, should we say a trial. We might need some air directing up from underneath the car or some sort of fan setup to get the cooling. But I mean,
we've seen people mount them here without much airflow through, and it seems to work.
They seem to work. So yeah, we're going to have a lot more air coming through than that setup. We've obviously got our airbox here. Still plenty of finishing to do on that, but we can't really do that with an engine in place. So we'll take down that excess metal and dress it all up, make it look fan-dabby-dozy. The next thing, we are going to transition to Ben's wheelie important news.
Oh. So here's a little story. Okay, that right. I've wanted alley cats for this car for 15 years. And then the day I order them, after waiting 15 years, they weren't in stock, but they're finally here, which is very exciting. So they are, I'm trying to remember what the Rally Specials, that's it, is the non-alley cat.
Just do a little twirl so we can fully see that wheel. Yep.
Yeah, like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just above your head actually, just really get some.
Just
oh yeah.
So they are 13-inch wheels, which are a lot smaller than the BMW stuff we used to dealing with. So 13 by 6 on the front, 13 by 7 on the back. I think they look perfect. Alex is a little bit less convinced.
I'm actually a convert, Ben. I was anti the alley cat. I was all about the super light, but actually now they're here.
Yeah, it's got no centering ring to sit on, so it's not quite there, but
I think they look pretty mega.
Yeah. So the front's a narrower one. So it's got less dish to it, and I don't know, people run 13 by 7s on the front, but it's a little bit much in my opinion. So there you go, we've got some nice sticky Nankangs on them, which will be good for laying down all 95 horsepower.
I've missed one important update, Ben.
Oh God.
Matt's been busy at the front, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The door never did shut properly. Yeah. Can you see anything from inside? Probably not really. Nope. Nothing to report in there really. Yeah. I mean the car was pretty solid, but it had its odd bit of thinness or slightly worse. So yeah, we've got an expressed panel which I believe fitted rather nicely.
Still plenty of dressing to do, we will add. It's
Yeah,
only just been
it's not
tacked in.
finished.
Yeah.
It's ready for the body shop. Yeah, I think other than that, we're pretty much there with making bits solid. There might be a bit under there, mightn't there? But yeah, it's really, really good. They do loads of panels for these, which is quite handy. But previous owners done a lot of it, not necessarily brilliantly.
Oh
but
really? I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's got quite a divot in it.
Oh, you mean this black section here is not original?
Not original, yeah. Believe it or not, it's not the two-tone gold imp that you might believe. And the sills were done, and the same at the back. I saw photos of it before it was done, and the arches were absolutely hanging off it. So yeah, it's all solid. It's not going to be the straightest. It's not going to be concourse, but hopefully it'll be really rather nice. And then we can go and do hill climbs in it, and hopefully not bend it. But yeah, there you go. The long-awaited imp update. Things have been so busy in the workshop that actually we haven't really spent a lot of time on it, have we? It's
No.
it's not really been ideal, but
You could say
far from ideal. But yeah, we're getting there. I think there's a renewed energy around the workshop for the imp.
I think it could be down to the little thing.
That
Called the
thing in
sun.
the sky. Yeah, we did talk about having this ready for Retro Rides weekend, which is in like
Next weekend.
next
probably.
weekend, I think. Yeah. So obviously we're not going to make that. We still haven't touched any of the wiring or fueling or any of that side of things, but all in good time. The sunshine makes it a lot easier to be motivated. So we'll just have to take to the pub instead.
And on that note,
Yeah,
to the pub.
to the pub. Yeah, right. See you sometime soon. Hopefully not as long this time.